Welcome to today's episode of Did She Really Say That? Yeah, okay. This podcast is disrupting the world of business education and breaking down barriers for women entrepreneurs. During our podcast, you might find yourself saying, Did she really say that? Because we're challenging the traditional methods of business training so that women can have more fun, play, and ease as they learn to unlock their millions. Million ideas, million values, $1,000,000. We have a lot of value to offer this world. So we created Truth Bomb Marketing to help busy women create more time and money with a simple business playbook so they can create millions without sacrificing what's important to them. Hi, I'm Heidi, and I'm one of the co-founders here inside of Truth Bomb Academy, and I love to help women to actually experience taking profit in their business. It's time to stop. It's like we feed our companies and our businesses so much. We're often told to do that, especially the first year. But ladies, it's time your business actually fed you. And it makes being in business really fun.
Yeah, there's nothing like getting paid and knowing you're writing your own paycheck.
Yeah, I love really it. Cool. It's fantastic.
It is. Definitely.
You really can do it, whether you're making $250 a month or $10,000 a month. I mean, heard of $1,000,000 businesses not taking profit.
Yeah. So my name is Chef Katrina. I'm also one of the co-creators of the Truth Bomb Academy. And what I love about Unlocking Millions and what we're creating here in this podcast is I love showing women how to simplify their business, how to keep systems simple so that automation helps you with your business and making it fun. Why stress over technology? That's boring. This is where you have to have a little bit of fun as you create your business because after all, it's your business. There's no right or wrong way to do it. So let's throw off the hats and let's throw a party instead.
I like parties.
I like
that's
parties.
What I'm all about. Yeah. And I'm Karen Angeli. I'm also one of the co-founders here. And I'm just all about showing you how to rewiring your mind for fun. To enjoy the friggin' process. Let's be honest.
Yep.
It's more about having fun than anything else. So we get stuck in this illusion thinking that it has to be something else. So stop it. Just stop
lies.
it.
The lies.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop it.
So what are we talking about today?
Vision boards.
Don't look at me. Look at them.
Oh, vision boards.
Well, it's a podcast, so I mean, if you're listening on the podcast,
so if they're asking, like, if they watch the video, they're like, "Why is she looking over at Chef Katrina?" Because we are on video. If you care to check that out, so it's always entertaining to see what crazy stuff shenanigans we're up to when we're talking and on video camera.
It can be.
Yeah. So what are we talking about again?
Vision boards.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me again?
I don't know.
she's having a good time. You're beautiful. Thank you. Just say thank you and move on. I am beautiful.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Because you keep saying it.
Yeah. So what's a vision board? I don't get it.
It's a visual of what you actually want in life.
What if I don't know what I want in life?
Well, that's very sad.
Well, that's very sad. The truth is very sad. Did she really say that? Yes. Your life is really sad. I'm sorry.
And it was right there, right? She's like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's just really sad. Like,
it's really sad. Okay.
Wow, way to throw us all under the bus.
Good story. Good story.
That means that you've never actually tried to create one. Or spent much time in. It's like, and that's where Karen has been really helping us to rewire and actually, because to be honest, it's like we're going through a planner that we love. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. And the first one of the pages has on there, what are your 50 dreams? 50 audacious, wild dreams. And the first year that I went to fill this out, I struggled. I think I got 5. And then looking back at them, at least 3 of them were not my dreams. They were other people's dreams, whether they were my children or my husband or somebody else, but they were other people's dreams. They weren't my dreams. And I was just like, so to be honest, I did struggle, but that's where it's like the last 4 years, it's like I've been working on this and it's like, now I can't stop dreaming. Now it's like 50, they're all done. And I could probably add more. And it was just like, but it's fantastic how I think women, especially, we do get so wrapped up in who we are responsible for or feel like we're responsible for, especially as like if you have children or you have a spouse, or even sometimes it's just externally, it's like we take care of our friends, we take care of our parents, we take care of a different people, and it's like, and that becomes our manifesto. It's like that, and so it's outside of us instead of actually what we want out of life. And I got to a point where I didn't even know what I wanted out of life. I wanted what other people around me wanted because I wanted them to be happy and taken care of. And so, but it's if you do that for so long, you run out of things to offer.
Yeah, and it feels terrible just listening to you say that, because I see a lot of people do that, whether they're men or women. They're just doing things because they're trying to please someone else, and it's like, what a way to like die slowly. Let's talk about hell on earth right now. When you're doing that, when you're literally living up to someone else's standard and what they tell you to do, it's like, ouch, that sucks. But that's really the place that I see a lot of people at. And it's like, what if instead you could go, well, what do I want to do? And I see people just go, like when you asked that question, we asked that question last night in our time magic training. And one person was just like, I don't know. I have no idea. But the only reason that becomes detrimental is if you don't start trying different things, if you don't start testing the waters, because there's no reason that you can wake up one day and go, you know what? I don't think I like what I'm doing anymore. What do I want to do? There's nothing wrong with being like, I have no idea. Nobody said that there's anything wrong with that. But when you get stuck in that cycle for months, years, multiple years, decades, like that's when it's like, okay, you're stuck. You're not doing what you actually want. You're not actually doing something that feeds your soul, and you're literally dying slowly. And you see that probably with 95% of people in this world are just in that boat where they're like, I don't really like what I do, but it's a paycheck. Ouch.
Well, and we talk about the vision board too. A lot of the things that I keep hearing over and over again, because I've taught vision board training, I've seen plenty of workshops, I've attended plenty of workshops. And what's interesting as women is that we're always trying to get it right. By the way, we want to like have the exact formula for what it is to manifest our dreams in our life. And it's so interesting because I was talking with another entrepreneur friend of mine, and it was around this time last year, and she's like, I'm holding this vision board training and I'm really excited because all these women want to come to it, and they're, bringing their pictures and bringing their affirmations. I said, that's awesome, but what are they actually creating? And she's like, does it need to have like a precursor? I said, it does. For me, when you get down to writing or creating or designing a vision board or a manifesting movie, or you're journaling out your ideal life, there has to be the contemplation for beforehand. Because I think just trying, like you guys have both pointed out, I think sometimes we take other people's dreams and say, yeah, I want the money, I want the car, I want this body, I want this, because that's what everybody assumes that we should want, right? And we kind of put on this mantle of pretending that this is also what we want, because we've never spent the time with ourselves to really look at what is most important to us. What is it that lights you up and makes you happy? So when we look at the vision board, I feel like the vision board is a piece of the conversation, but it's not the end game of what you're creating. And we've talked about this inside of Unlocking My Millions, and definitely inside of Time Magic 2024, that you have to set the groundwork, understanding what it is that you want to create. And I think it's beautiful that we do have female entrepreneurs that are like, I don't know. And that's the beautiful space. Like, if you get to a point where you're sitting down and you answer, the life's questions of awareness, and you get really self-aware around what's important to you, and then you take that into your life goals and dreams and the big things that you want to do with your life, when you feel good about that, what is it that then that feel good feeling of really wanting that in your life, not because it has to be there because somebody said it needed to be there. Like, oh, I've got to have the big house. Maybe you're not a big house person. Oh, I got to have the fancy car. Maybe you're not a fancy car person, right? Like until you sit down with yourself and really discover what lights you up, the vision board can be for many of us a wish board. And wishing for it to happen, but not believing it's going to happen doesn't make the board really or the manifestation movie or any of it work because you don't even believe what you've put down. And I think that's one of the tricky parts behind the vision board is that so many times, like you said, we put on a mantle of saying, hey, I want this because this is what society says I should want. This is what the television shows say that I want. This is what the movies say that I want. This is what the celebrities say that I want. And the question is, are you thinking for yourself? And I don't know the answer. If you're listening to this and there's something that resonated with you, then self-check. Really. But vision boards should be fun.
They should
Oh
be
my
fun.
God. If you're not
Definitely should be
giggling
fun.
and laughing and feeling excitement about what you're creating, you might have to ask yourself, are you really creating what you believe you should have in your life?
When you look at it, it should light you up. The anticipation, at least for me, it's like I look at it and just like the anticipation of all that I put on there is what lights me up.
Yeah, I mean, Katrina, you talk about worrying about what other people are thinking or what they want and all that you said, like that's so friggin' true. How many times do you have somebody that says something to you that completely derails you from what you think you want? That was something that I had to really, really learn and like look at myself for, where it was like that person has their own opinions because of their life experiences.
Yeah.
I have my own opinions because of my life experiences. Even if it's a mentor, even if it's somebody that you highly look up to, sometimes opinions are just opinions. And stop it. Stop listening to everybody. Stop it. Like, it's not necessary. Like, truly, when I started to get this is when I started sitting with myself and I things would start coming to me that I was like, oh, why am I not doing it like that? That would light me up. That's fun. How come I'm not experiencing life like that? And nobody told me to do that. Yes, here's the thing. I'm not saying don't have a mentor. I'm not saying don't have people that pour into you. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is spending time with yourself. You get really scary good sometimes at figuring out your own self and having self-awareness and what is my body telling me? What is it that is bothering me? What is it that I love? What is it that needs to go on? I personally believe that, yes, you can have people that are very intuitive in your life. And I have had people that are extremely intuitive. Like they can connect with you. Like I've had people do Reiki on me, personal clearings, that kind of thing. And I'm like, damn, you got it going on. But one of the things that really stuck with me, I did a personal clearing, this was probably 2 years ago. And she was like, Karen, you do not need me anymore. You can do all of this by yourself. And that took me back for a second because I was like, because you always hear, oh, you need somebody to like bounce ideas off of and do the things and blah, blah, blah. Like you need that, you need that, you need that. And I'm not saying that it's not helpful. I'm not saying don't have it, but I am saying you can start to get to a point where you're self-aware enough. And that's the key. Getting so self-aware, getting so connected with you that you start to realize that you are your own divinity that's literally trying to figure yourself out. You're not trying to figure out anyone else. And that's not the point. So for me, like, I'm always like, okay, how do I figure out myself just a little bit more today? What is it that could help me be just a little bit more self-aware? And that's the reason that I spend time meditating every day, because I will literally be there doing whatever I'm doing, and suddenly, like, oh, I didn't know that about myself. Or, oh, I should do things like that. Or what, like just the creativity that comes when you quiet your mind is truly unbelievable. And when you relate it to your vision board, when you're looking at your vision board, getting yourself into that self-aware space first, figuring out, what do I want? What is it that I'm looking to do? Maybe meditate on it. Spend some time really focusing on that. And when you're looking at that vision board, clearing your mind and just feeling gratitude for it. Because I know, like, we could easily beat ourselves up when we're looking at our vision board. Who's beat themselves up when they're looking at their vision board? I'm going to say I definitely have. Like, I've looked at it and been like, that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. I remember when my husband and I made our first manifestation movies, and we had just made them, and they were probably like 3 months old or whatever. And we were watching them one day together, and he was like, I just get really depressed because as I watch it, I'm like, I think that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. That's the wrong frame of mind. And I don't even like using the word wrong. That's an ineffective frame of mind. You're not helping yourself feel good about the possibility of what you can create. Is this limitation that you put on yourself when you look at that vision board. And this is personally what I believe holds more people back when they create vision boards than anything else from actually creating what's actually on that vision board. Is that we put this limitation of, first of all, when it has to happen. Stop that. Stop it. That makes me nuts when people are like, oh, it has to be done at this time. Write it down in a SMART goal and this date and blah, blah, blah. That gives me anxiety. Like, just thinking about, oh my God, what if it's not done by then? What do I do? Like, that gives me anxiety, and I'm sure it gives a lot of other people anxiety. But like, when you're looking at your vision board and just having like gratitude where it's already here and getting so into it that you don't even realize, like, think about when you were a kid and you were daydreaming. You got so into playing your Polly Pockets or playing with your imaginary friend when you're doing tea or dress up or whatever. You got so into it, you didn't even realize how many hours had passed. Think about getting into that kind of mindset again, where you're just so in the moment, you're so enjoying watching your mind movie, and you're just like, oh, what if that happened? How cool would my life be? How cool, what the possibility is if I let go of the limits and just go for it. The possibilities are endless. So stop the piece where you're looking at your manifestation movie or your vision board and going, it has to be this way. It has to look this way. Looking at it and being open to possibilities of what it could look like. That's where magic can start to happen. So
I think it's interesting too, because we were talking about this yesterday. We use a feng shui method when we teach the vision board, because we know that the feng shui is like a flow of energy, right? So like we know that is, and there is, like, if you've ever worked with feng shui, if you guys have ever heard of feng shui, it is a very powerful way of connecting energy for yourself through your visions. That's why we talk about the feng shui board. It's the balance of, right? And how you create your board is one idea. It literally is one recommendation. And what I love about what we train inside of Time Magic 2024 is that however you want to approach your vision board that makes sense for you works more and is better for you, because you're seeing it in a way that makes it fluid for you, right? There are so many templates out there, and I think we get caught up on like, oh, they tell you have to use affirmations, that you have to use certain pictures, that you want to have like certain things inside of there. But the reality is, and I know really good friends of mine that have just, without following a pattern, without like anything, sat down and created what made them happy. Like they actually vision cast. We call it dream casting, right? Because dream casting really is about casting forward for your dreams. What is it that you want to dream about? What do you want to have in your life? Because here's the thing. If your life isn't what you want it to be right now, guess what? You can change that. right? And what I love about using the manifestation movies, and I think, Karen, you said it beautifully last night. She's like, when I made my first manifestation movie, I didn't believe any of it. Not a single thing I said. Because in my world, it didn't even exist.
It didn't exist. It wasn't there. It wasn't,
right?
It wasn't my reality.
Yeah. It wasn't your reality. And the thing is that's the retraining. It's like, what is the negative conversation you're having with yourself? I'm always going to be sick. I'm always going to be broke. My business is always going to be a struggle. Where are you having that negative self-talk? And the vision board is the positive side of that. It's like, I have this in my life, right? So you really want to look at when you're creating your vision board, where is your negative self-talk happening? And then really, what do you want in your life? What is it that you truly desire to have? What makes you happy? Right? And I think so many times we're not even aware of what makes us happy. We're not even aware that we can be happy sometimes. Right? And that's the thing. We've gotten into the mundane of life and the expectations of things to do. And especially as a female entrepreneur, we're given a tasks and a list of things to do on top of what we're already doing. And it's like, how do I have the bandwidth to dream? I'm barely surviving. And so if you're a female entrepreneur that feels like you're barely surviving, get it. Been there with you on that one, right? The thing is that use your vision board to create what you want, right? To really live into that dream. Because when you create the vision board or you create the manifestation movie and you watch it, right? The thing is, like, that manifestation movie, you should be watching it in the morning. You should be watching it at night. That vision board needs to be like in the morning you're looking at it, at night you're looking at it. Like, you need to that subconsciously reprogram that. And you have to look at, do I believe this? And then you want to get yourself into a place where you're excited about your future. And really get present as like, what would life be like having that in there as if it's already there? And people talk about that a lot. They talk about, imagine as if this is already happening, as you're already living in that environment, as you're already putting yourself there. Now, this isn't an easy task. This is not easy to do. Most of us can't see outside the box that we're in. So how do you step outside the box and realize that you are the creator of your life, that you have choices that you can start taking right now, this very moment, to change how 2023 went, and look at how does 2024, what is that life? What is that world that I really want to be in, that lights me up, that makes me happy? Because when you can get into that state and you can look at your vision board and that energy, things will shift because you'll see new actions that open up. You'll meet new people. There'll be like coincidences all around you. You'll be like, what the heck is all these coincidences going on? Right? But that's the universe agreeing with you. Right? It's agreeing. It's like, yeah, here you go. Here's the person. Here's the thing. Here's the money. Here's the finance. Here's the business. Here's that. Like, when the universe is in agreement, when you're in alignment with what you really want to have, even though it doesn't seem like it's happening right now, that's the purpose of the vision board. It's to take you from where you're at into the next place. Does that make sense? Does it make sense for you?
Sense to me.
You kind of like nod your head. You're like, oh yeah, good times.
She's like, yeah, we're talking about vision boards. Going back to the beginning here. Yeah. What are we talking about?
Vision board.
Oh, vision board.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like what you said yesterday about making sure it's in a place that you actually see. Because you're right. It's like the planner that we have, even last year's, it's like I created it, folded it up, put it in the planner, and I think I looked at it 3 times all year. And I'm like, so this year, I'm going to get my scrapbook and paper. I'm going to put 2 of those together, and I'm going to make a big one. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
Let's
go.
Right. It's going in my bedroom on the wall, so I see it. Because we don't have an office. If I had an office, it would be in my office.
Technically, you did have an office.
It's called a cubby hole.
It's a cubby hole. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. It's like a closet. Yours is a closet, Katrina. So I'm not really sure.
Hers is a closet. Mine's a cubby hole. And
It's what you make of it. It's cozy.
It's cozy, all right.
And cold during the winter.
Yeah, because there's no vents. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
But anyways.
Cool.
Really, at the end of the day, this topic for me is fun because it really is about realizing that you're the creator of your life. A lot of times we go through life and we don't realize that we are creators. We don't realize that literally everything that we've done has been a creation. That when you start to look at your life like that, you start to realize that you have more power than you think. So one thing that, like, when you say that, one thing that people think of is, well, what about all the terrible things like this car accident that I just got in? Did I create that? And it's like, well, no, you weren't thinking car accident, like that's what you wanted to happen. But what's the feeling that you had after the car accident happened? Have you been sitting in that feeling for a while? Mm-hmm. And the answer, yeah, you have. I know whenever I have stuff happen in my day, I'm like, oh, I can change this right now. Like, it's literally like the universe is telling you, hey, you better slow down because you're cruising for a bruising. Like, I literally, when I stub my toe, I'm like, what was I thinking? Literally, I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? Because I'm like, oh, I've been thinking that, haven't I? Like, literally, it's just a sign of what do I need to actually tweak and change. So I'm always like looking at what's my reality right now. And this may sound really out there for a lot of you guys, but for me, this is the whole process of self-awareness. Seeing what your 3D reality is currently creating and going, what was I thinking? And really analyzing that and then going, does that serve me? It might not be serving me if I'm having all of these things come my way that I'm not necessarily wanting. What if instead I start actually changing the way, start changing the way that I think and start noticing the patterns when they pop up. Start noticing the patterns of I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling like I'm not worthy, or whatever it is that you want to put in there. It doesn't matter what the thing is. It's just that you have a pattern. Finding the pattern, discovering how the pattern creates the pattern, how it creates the 3D reality. Literally, everything is a pattern. Everything is created together, and you're part of that pattern. So the thoughts that you're thinking are creating your reality, and at any minute, you can decide, I'm done. I don't want to feel like that anymore. And at any minute, you can go back. There's this tug of war that we play with ourselves. So it's that constant self-awareness and paying attention of what you are thinking. Like, and I'm not going to lie to you, this process can be really exhausting. I'm not going to sugarcoat that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not easy.
Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat that.
Each one of you, those that are listening, you yourself, and I'm talking to you, you are your own worst enemy, just so you know. And you are the biggest creator of your own self-negative talk. Until you can be aware of your negative self-talk that you're having and start to be aware of that, that's where things start to change, which is why I love the vision board, because we talked about it yesterday. Guess who's at the center of it all?
Ooh.
You, right? When you're creating your manifestation movie, when you're creating your vision board, like when we talk about the feng shui, the center part, the focal point is actually you. And it's creating that awareness. And it talks about like your wellness and your health. What is wellness? What is wellness for you beyond just your health? Is it your mental wellness, your spiritual wellness? What does that look like for you? But that's where you have to hone in first on you, because if you want that vision board to work, if you want that manifestation movie to really, you have to understand who you are at the center of it all. If you want to have better relationships, it starts with you. If you want to have, incredible things happen in your life, it starts with you. If you want to be able to have amazing relationships, if you want more money in your life, it really does start with you. And I love the visual of that, because I'm definitely a visual person, right? And I love just looking at that. And so many times we try to take ourselves out of the picture. And that's not what you want to do. You don't want to just replace all this stuff on your vision board and not have you at the center being the one that's dreaming and bringing these visions to life. And so that's why the vision board is set up in such a way is that when you create it, create your nucleus, your whole, and then just look at what you start bringing around you, because really it's about what are you bringing into your circle, your world, and how do you want that to impact you? And does it bring you joy? Does it make you feel good?
Yeah.
You're right. Like that's the thing, is it doesn't make you feel good. And just starting there with feeling good. Like if you're not feeling great, not feeling anything, if you can just start with that feel good and raise that vibration every time you look at your vision board or your manifestation movie, that's the difference. That's the shift that happens for anybody. That's so powerful.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, when you are feeling that consistently, that's when stuff changes.
Yeah.
That is truly when your life will be, you'll be step into a whole new world where you're like, I didn't even know this was possible because I was living as that old personality that looked at life in such a dour, everything is awful way, where instead you can start looking at life and go, wow, it's really beautiful. Look at what I can create. Look at what I've already created. What else could I create? I have a friend. I feel like I talked about this on the live, but I love that she does this. I have a friend that is like, she asks herself, what else could I get for free? This is the art of creating. This is the art of manifesting. And this is the art of looking at your vision board and feeling it and experiencing it as if it's happening right now. And the only way to do that is to get in the present moment, to literally just like stop thinking about what this person said to you, what that person did to you, what's going on in your business that you wish wasn't going the way that it was. The only way to get in the present moment is to literally get in the present moment and stop thinking about the future and the past. Stop thinking about what happened in the past. Stop thinking about what might happen that could be the end of the world. And just focusing on the here and now and feeling good. And then looking at that vision board and going, what if I could create that? One of the best things you can do for yourself is ask questions. Ask questions like, what if that happened? How would that feel? And just asking yourself that. And then getting into a state where it's like, well, what have you created that has given you that feeling that you've already created in your life, that's already given you that feeling of gratitude, and getting into that feeling of gratitude before it happens. That's when you step into a whole new life and you go, man, that was cool. I did that.
That's what we want. And that's what we want for everyone. And that's why if you haven't done a vision board training, if you haven't gotten involved with one, if you're looking for one, we have the ability for, well, no, I can't say that.
You can say whatever you want. Words are good.
Yeah. But also one thing I want to say too, it's like taking it a step further than it's like, does this make me feel good? It's like, does this actually fill me up? Because I know a lot of things it's like I can put on my vision board. It's all about, it would be all about my kids. And that would make me feel good because I love to do things for my kids. That makes me feel good. But if I'm constantly doing things for my kids, I get depleted. And it's like, so looking at for me, it's like when I look at my vision board, it's like, does this fill me up? Is this filling my bucket so that I have all the energy and the things that I want to do for my kids? And it's like, because if I'm constantly doing for them, that doesn't leave anything left for me to give. And it's like, it's like, I love to do things for other people. That does make me feel good. But what are you doing to fill your own bucket? What are you doing to fill yourself up so you can continue to do things for other people? And I think it's like, and that's what I had to learn. And I'm still learning because I still revert back to that sometimes. But it's like, it's like, what am I doing that fills me up? And ladies, if you're still having children at home, I really, really, really like my life after my kids. And I just to plug that in there to encourage you as you have these young ones at home.
Yeah,
But
that was the reason that I was like, yeah, I think I like being funny at Karen. I get to play, and then I
yes,
also like sleep too. So
yes,
don't
yes,
judge
it's
me.
true. No judgment, no judgment. I think it's that amazing self-awareness because it's like I saw this article the other day about the dink mentality, the double income, no kids. And and it's like and how they were like condemning these people and I'm like hold on, wait a second, how many people have kids that we look at as like maybe they shouldn't have kids?
Oh
It's like
yeah,
I think it's like
everybody's
that
got an opinion.
self-awareness to know it's like kids are fantastic. I had them, I love them, I'm very grateful for them, but at the same time it is a huge sacrifice to have kids and it changes your life 100%. So for those of you who decide to not have kids, cool.
Just putting
Cool.
that plug in there.
I don't know why I was like that came up bizarre, whatever. But we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. And if you like us, you think we're funny, because we think we are, give us fives up, five. And if because we want to get this message out to more female entrepreneurs. We love helping women to build their business, to be profitable in their business, and to actually enjoy and have fun in their business, all while still getting a lot of shit done because we're good at getting shit done.
So if you haven't already, please join us in the Female Millionaire Code, where we're teaching women the 3M to profit. Really expanding upon what makes women so unique in business and giving you the opportunity to not 10x your profit, but 3M your profit, which is way more powerful when you do this. So if you want to learn more about that, there'll be a link down below in our YouTube video of your podcast. That'll also be in our podcast descriptions if you're in there, if you're watching on there.
Show notes. Yep.
Yeah, in the show notes. Thank you for that. And if you just wanted to head over there, it is truthbombmarketing.com/code and learn how to crack the code and unlocking your millions. So join us in the Female Millionaire Code. We'd love to have you. It's a free workshop. It's interactive. You get your workbook. You get to fill it out. Have some fun doing it.
Fun.
Yep. Good times.
All right. Thanks.